Question for you. When will our school system, our traditional school system, start to mirror the outside world, the 21st century world in which our young people need to be more technically minded, more practically minded and more innovative, rather than having this constant barrage of tests, of test upon test of academic ability. Now, don't get me wrong. Academics are important in some things. Maths, English and science hit our everyday activities, and it's important to understand them. No matter which career they go into, they're going to need them. So yes, we need to focus on that. But what about the rest? What about the technical ability to be able to innovate new ideas into the 21st century, better ways of doing everyday things? Like, we'll always need plumbers, we'll always need gas fitters, we'll always need telephone engineers, we'll always need all of those people. I don't believe that's going to change. No matter what the 21st century brings. But what we need are people who can do it better. Yet, the school curriculum does not allow for more focus on kids' creativity. It allows for more focus on academics and more focus on behaviour. So we're still trying to create people alongside that model of which was originally created for the education system, that model which was very robotic, moving from classroom to classroom, not talking, just doing as you're told, standing in straight lines. I know a school that over a holiday period painted lines in the playground for students to walk along, to make sure that they walk in a straight line at all times and do not talk facing forward. It's stifling. Many students have come to me and said they don't understand why it's all necessary, because if there was an engaging lesson, they would be engaged. Simple concept, really, isn't it? If the lesson is engaging, they will engage. I'm not criticising teachers here. What I'm saying is teachers are stifled and therefore pupils are stifled. There are some really great, innovative styling teachers out there who have new ideas about how to educate our kids, how to inspire them and make them want to be more. Excuse my voice today. Make them want to be more. There's some great teachers out there that do that. There's some great parents homeschooling out there that do that. Yet the system itself tends to stifle that with better ways of doing things, in which people are put into very robotic lanes, and their success is judged based on where they come in those very robotic lanes. It's time for us people to start really challenging the system and not just accepting what it does. This isn't, again I say, a criticism of teachers, it is the system. The system, for one, is not mirroring the outside world. Therefore, students are going out there expecting one thing and receiving another. The system is not allowing for creativity in students, so and teachers, I should say. And therefore, because it is not allowing for that creativity, that real connection, that real success criteria is not being met because students are not engaged. And lastly, the point that is quite important to me is the system is putting into place behaviour management to put a sticking plaster over the problems of curriculum design and engagement. Because behaviour management is not the problem. I've never had a behaviour management problem in my classroom, because I work to the kids. I develop my professional relationships with the kids. I find out how they like to learn, and I make sure that they get what they like. You can hear more about this if you contact me, no obligations, at jgieducate.com. I'm always happy to tell you about it and to talk to you about what can happen for you. But it's about how you teach the kids to how much engagement you get from them. It is not a case of saying to them, if you do not conform with what we expect from you, behaviour wise, that is, sit up, keep quiet, do not talk, quiet corridors. In actual fact, only talk at break time, and then whatever rules go with those. Then you will find yourself with a behaviour management problem, because the kids feel out of control. Do you remember being a teenager when everything seemed to be out of your control? What did you do? You rebelled. The 21st century child takes it a step further. They rebel and they switch off because they know they can. And they know no one can force them to do anything, and they know they are protected. So, to sum it all up, now is the time for us to start challenging what happens, to start asking for answers, to start really saying, this year has been a problematic year, last year was a problematic year, let's make next year better. Let's start listening to the kids. Let's start consulting. Let's start reforming the education system. In the meantime, remember, share, subscribe, come and talk to me. jgieducate.com, no obligation, free call. Happy to talk to you. Would love to talk to you. All things education, all day, every day. Speak to you next week.